Hey, hi everyone. I think this is the last uh, presentation. I think for the day, right? And I'm not sure everybody is tired or we need to call Vardhan for a dance again. But anyway, so I would have preferred probably like if the panel discussion was going in that length, I would have preferred this before that because we almost covered every question. So what I'm going to cover, but I can say that we are going to attempt to re-establish some of the questions Sitarama asked and others asked. Uh, why AI needs the expert in the loop. So from some of the practical things which we have actually tried out. So we are not going to tell AI is hallucinating or we don't need AI or we need only people. No, we are not going to tell any of those things now. Yeah, so quick brief, right? What and why, right? On Wi-Fi Nomad. So we kind of work outside our office hours. We are non-profit community, and we create technical content. Our motto is to learn and share. So it can be in any forms, and we also try to help building some industry academic collaboration. Yeah, so as part of our new initiative, basically what we thought was we need to put ourselves into some mission to learn more so that we can share more. So we started attempting to kind of review the products which are out there by doing some form of testing and see like how that product, what is the best part of that product so that we can actually put some learnings out. So as part of that, we tried to do something at our home, and that is the story which Surya is going to share. And I'll be taking after he sharing the story. After he share the story, I'll continuing and closing the session. So I'll probably skip this part. We already covered this multiple times, and yeah, I think I will hand over this to Surya to share his part of the story, what he tried to do, and what was his learning, and then I will take it from there and close the presentation.
Thank you, Vishnu, for being. Hello, everyone. So, in our earlier panel discussion, we heard some problems which Susinder described, like how AI hallucinates and how we have to interact. I'm going to tell the same story, but this is kind of case study you can consider maybe. So, I chose Claude Opus 4.8 as a model to test a simple band steering for a fun project I did. So let me walk you through the setup which I have at my home. I have a Raspberry Pi. I have an access point which I'm intended to test. I have connected an Android phone and I have connected an alpha card that is operating on monitor mode to sniff the Wi-Fi frames. And you can see I have a MacBook that is running on Claude CLI. There is a agent that can also interact with my Raspberry Pi, and it has all the data path to communicate with my phone, sniffer, APDUT. So this is the overall setup I have. And prompt. As other Gen Zs, I have also chosen to be very lazy. I was expecting that AI knows everything. I was like, okay, it can do anything. It knows all internet, right? Why can't it understand BTM? So the prompt is that I have a phone, I have an app, like what just I described about my setup. I just described it. How can it access that all the resources? And I asked it to do a band steering test. I'm glad it tested and it has given me 15 test results. It passed. I was surprised and I was so happy to see 15 results. And you can see it initially started with okay. So it initially started with some pre-SOC band steering, like before client connects. Is it choosing the right band or not? Like, is it choosing the optimized band or not? And then it started validating some frame level validations like 11K is even enabled or not, 11V is enabled or not, and are neighbor reports really broadcasting and then neighbor reports properly or not. And it did pass. While I'm going through the results, on the 7th section and 8th section, you see here, it is like 5G to 2G, 2G to 5G. Steering is happened and it marked as pass. If you remember my test setup, there is no attenuator and I have not, and AI did not ask me where to emulate traffic to induce congestion to test the band steering based on load. I'm not clear. Is it a line-based band steering or load-based band steering? I'm not really sure. I was asking the same question to AI. Hey, just give me step-by-step instruction how you validated, what is the test procedure you followed, and how you judged it as pass. And the result is like, I have validated whether it is enabled or not and waiting for the band steering event to happen. And where is the trigger? Where is the trigger? There is no trigger. It neither did induce any condition nor did control any signal strength to validate if the band steering is happening or not. And then I did some manual testing. I really want to understand that BTM is working or not. So I just run some IPUF traffic from my MacBook from my setup, and I see the band steering is not being triggered. And then I moved my client away from the access point to see if RSSI weakening the RSSI can potentially trigger the BTM frame. But neither of it worked. In fact, the phone was multiple times got disconnected. Here it comes an honest admission of dishonesty by AI. AI is very honest in admitting its dishonesty with me. So I was like explaining all my results to AI, telling like, hey, this is what I have observed when I manually tested, but I want to understand how you actually judged. It was admitting that I was dishonest with you. So I was surprised. Oh, AI can also make mistakes. I know AI can make mistakes, but it is marking past something which has already failed. That is something not right? If it is marking fail, like a pass as fail, that is fine. Why it is failed, we can investigate and we can take a judgment like pass. But if it is marking fail as pass, that's a concerning thing. So I want to make this honest admission to honest behavior. Now I want to make that AI work for real things. It should not hallucinate. To make it not to hallucinate, I have started putting some guardrails. Guardrails is like, first thing is like, its judgment is wrong. It is just looking for band steering event to be triggered without having any trigger like either changing the RSSI or inducing channel congestion. That procedure itself is wrong. I told it to start writing a test cases. I started validating step by step. Is it doing right or wrong? And when it started doing right, then I have started to ask it to test again. When it is testing again, it started to misjudge. Then I started putting another guardrail like, hey, you just can't judge like that. You have to also consider whether the phone really connected and stayed with it or not. And how do you do that? Collect with the ADB logs. Now you have to also consider host APD logs. Did it really steer or roam or disconnected and connected? It doesn't know, but it is still marking it as pass. Then I also told you also need to consider some packet captures. You have to pull all the sniffer logs and you have to do the validation from the frame field level and you have to tell me the pass of file. And also I wanted to maintain this as a context so that I can't lose this context every time. I can't teach that AI every time, hey, you need to do this, that. I can't teach it every time, right? So I started writing a context file. I'm having this context file and the rules and regulations to be followed. It is becoming better and better while I'm communicating along the way. And the final retest, at least is somehow just some as pass and some as fail, which is closer to what I was expecting and what my manual testings are resulted in. And this was my overall experience in dealing with an AI to test. I would like to hand over to Vishnu to continue further on, like how we can actually make AI more efficient to test in our day-to-day life. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Surya. So the whole point here is like we can actually build a multi-agentic solution, and we can. My friends have been telling about this multiple times here in this presentation itself. That how much our intelligent the system is today as we stand. We need a human in the loop to basically guide that agent to kind of perform better, right? We should have a strong test infrastructure with right validation criterias, and on top of it you can have the LLM, and with the right context and the right skills when we are establishing the result will become more deterministic. So this is the underlying thing which we want. We can have execution agent, validation agent, analyze agent, all underlying has to be a strong guardrails. So right now, if you look at the problem, what we are actually solving through our industry, like there are three major people which we actually need to solve any problem. So the the people are one part is the AI, and another is the problem owners. They know the customer needs, they know the business needs, and they know the why, right? Why we are doing that. And we really need domain experts, like whether we need to be going too much into the specialist, or we can be a generalist where they have multi-domain skills and they know the why behind the why. And they know the protocol, and they know what set of context and the rules which they need to put it. So with these three blocks, we would be able to solve the real problems what is actually solving as a group. So no, yeah. So of course, people can actually ask like, why not? If we take domain experts out the loop, can we kind of build the products? Of course, yes, but that comes with more costs. More tokens will be consumed because a person who are not aware of the domain, they have to start understanding the domain, and from there onwards, he'll be making mistakes. And to fix one part of the thing, again, you are actually consuming more and more tokens, and that adds more costs. And the outcome will be of lower quality. Yeah, so this is not just from our side. There is a recent paper actually published by MIT. It's a very interesting one. They were actually trying to do an autonomous AI system to kind of improve or come up with a better prediction algorithm, rate adaptation algorithm, like better than Minstrel. And it took almost 27 rounds of iteration just to get the results deterministic. Each time when they are getting AI hallucinated or AI told that the results are true and they found a better algorithm. But when they manually checked it, it was not the case. And they have to feed into the system again and again and again, and then they kind of come up with a proper skill. And that's where like the result came out better. So to conclude, no human can actually match the AI execution speed. And to be deterministic, you need humans to set the guardrails rightly. Right now, it looks to be very true, and we don't know tomorrow how it's going to be shaping up. And so what we are actually planning to do is like the more context actually we are building, we want to open source that, and we want kind of people to also contribute to that, so that collectively we can actually make the skill set a little broader and more, we can actually reuse that to kind of a more deterministic solutions. Thank you.
Yes, there is enough time for questions. I think maybe if questions are there for the AI part, some AI people can also participate. So anybody has questions for Vishnu and Surya? No questions, no comments, anything? Anybody? Maybe it's also getting towards the end of the day. So thanks Vishnu and Surya for a very enthusiastic presentation.